The state of insurance sector is in focus now. I'm being joined by the Director General, Nigerian Insurers Association, Mr. Olorundare Thomas. So good morning to you, Mr. Thomas. Thank you so much for coming on the program.
Yeah, morning, Harris.
Now, at a time when, a lot of people are, scared about what's going on in the economy and they're trying to look for the best ways to hedge, insurance companies at the moment should be in brisk business. So are they in brisk business?
I'm happy you said they should be. But you should remember that insurance is also an economic activity. And in a country where the level of awareness is not what it should be, and also people, when they rank their expenses, insurance always comes to the last. So we are not there yet. Ordinarily, one should hedge against all manners of risk, especially when you are not too sure that your current assets will continue to be yours if anything happens or can be replaced. The wise thing to do ordinarily will be to seek cover under insurance. But the situation is that we need so much need to be done. We need to do so much in the sector in terms of creating that level of awareness so that people can know that even in times of scarcity, insurance is still the best option.
But then, this is a conversation that we've had so many times, and there's been numerous reports and numerous articles in this regard.
That's right.
Why does it seem to be so challenging to revamp such a huge money-making sector?
Well, I think, you see, when you see an activity as a cost and not as a benefit, it will affect your the way you respond to the benefit that accrue from such. What I'm saying in essence is that most consumers of insurance still see it as cost. I give an example. You have a car, and over a period of 2 years, 3 years, you drive your car, nothing happens. You are not likely to appreciate the relevance of insurance. But somebody who bought a car in less than 6 months, the car got stolen and was replaced. Your attitude to insurance is not going to be the same. So one is likely to see it as cost. In the last 3 years, I have been making payments. I have not benefited anything. But this second person, we say, indeed, but for insurance, I will have been left in the cold when my car was stolen or when I had an accident and the rest of that. So that's just what it is. So much is being done in the area of having to let the people know of the importance, but by reason of the present economic state, where people have to prioritize their expenses, is giving us a lot of challenges, which we need to, of course, manage.
Just last week, there was a national insurance conference in the nation's capital, Abuja, and the Minister of Finance, Mrs. Kemi Adeosun, was actually there. And she remarked on the fact that Nigeria is losing about 1.5% GDP because the insurance companies have not been as proactive as they should be. Why aren't we seeing insurance companies being proactive? She also mentioned the fact that of the 57 insurance companies, only about 23 or less actually put out adverts so that customers know what kind of products you can actually get from insurance companies and what insurance companies are really all about.
I will tell you that, of course, the address of the Honorable Minister, I was happy with the address because what it meant is that it's quite commerce and close to activities in the sector. And if you remember that the conference itself, the theme is we're looking at expanding national resources and infrastructure in challenging times. We know that we are going through challenging times as a nation, and especially within the financial services sector. But I would say that it's not, if you look at that address, it said and that of the Honorable Minister of Power and Housing, Works and Housing, it's not all gloom. There are other areas that the sector has also done very well. I've mentioned it here before, that what is called Transcorp Hilton today was built with insurance funds, and that of Sheraton. These were some of the legacies that the industries left behind. But I will tell you that looking at the potential and what we are realizing, the gap is so wide that any minister that has responsibility for finance must feel concerned So the concern of the Honourable Minister of Finance is not unwarranted. And I think it's a big challenge.
Yes,
it's a big challenge.
Basically, she gave marching orders to the insurance company. So now that she's issued marching orders, you need to conform to ensure that you are a larger part of what we will call our growth in GDP. What is the insurance? What is your association going to be doing?
For us, we as an association, of course, we have a responsibility for interfacing with the relevant government agencies and other bodies that will promote insurance, one as a culture, and of course, so that they can fulfill their responsibilities. One of the areas that we dealt with during the conference was compulsory insurances. And that is very key, especially for a takeoff. And the minister alluded to that fact, that 1 out of every 8 vehicles that we have on our streets is carrying genuine insurance. So what happens to 7 over 8? And the Honourable Minister for Power, Housing and Works also mentioned the fact that how can you be talking of housing for all, and you're not talking of insurance? It's not possible.
All right.
But with the disposition of this administration, I think we are in good order.
Mr. Olorundare Thomas, thank you so much for coming on the program this morning.
All right.
Well, that's it on today's edition of Business Morning. Many thanks for spending time with us. I'm Harriet Agbeni. Have a profitable day.